This video is going to show you how to create a Photoshop composition where you bring multiple images in to create one realistic looking scene. In this assignment that you have, you need to bring at least 3 images together, one of which needs to be yourself. So I'm going to show you the basics of how this is done. This is going to go very quickly. I'm not going to spend a ton of time in the video working on the masks and things like that, but I'm just going to give you the overlook of how this is going to work. You can see here I've taken and I've photoshopped myself into a picture of the cast of The Office. The original image is here, so you'll see I'm not there in the background. I used an image that I had of myself here and was able to bring it in pretty quickly into this particular picture. The source of your images can be anything you want. You can take pictures specifically for this assignment if you like, or you can go out on the internet and find whatever you want. Starting off, you want to open up both of your source images, or all of your source images in Photoshop as a tab. You also want to choose one image to be the background or the base because this is the biggest part of the image. I'm going to go ahead and use this as the base. That's up to you. You kind of have to plan this out ahead of time. You have to have an idea of where you want to be and what you want to be doing in the image. Once you have that figured out, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take this image, and this is the part that I'm going to cut and paste into my other image. I'm going to select it, so I'm going to use a lasso tool here, and I'm going to draw just a loop around myself in this, and I'm doing a pretty rough job, and that's okay. You can do a really rough job at this point. Edit, and I'm going to go copy. Then I'm going to come back into my background base image, and I'm just going to come in here and go edit and paste. And what that does is that puts me in here on a new layer. You can see that right now. Now obviously I'm much bigger than the rest, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on that. I'm going to go edit, and I'm going to go here to free transform. And I'm going to take the handlebars and I'm going to go ahead and shrink myself a little bit, and so that I fit onto the screen completely. And I want to get close to the scale that I need to be in compared to the rest of the cast, and I'm going to say that's probably pretty close. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. At this point I'm just sort of placing it generally where I want it, because my next step is I need to clean up the background here so that I'm only using what I need. So I'm going to accept this change, and I'm going to create a layer mask that's going to hide this extra material. So go over here, make sure I'm on the correct layer. I'm going to select a layer mask. Have my brush. I'm going to get my brush tool here, and there's my color is black. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on. Now I'm doing this very quickly. This is the part of the project that's going to take you the most time, probably, is getting a good quality mask in place. I'm just going to do a very quick mask so that you can see the basic process that we're using here. So we're just going to hide the things that I don't want. So I don't know if I want that chair in here yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep most of that chair. And we'll scroll down, and I'm going to hide a lot of this here. I know I'm not going to be using most of the bottom of my body, so I'm not going to worry too much about that at this point. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to zoom back out so we can see the whole image. In my finished one, you'll see that I'm facing the other direction, so I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to flip myself around. That's a pretty simple process to do. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the right layer. I'm going to go up here to edit and transform, and I'm just going to flip myself horizontally. That reverses it. Now I want to kind of position myself a little better. If I look at this, I think I'm still actually a little bit too big, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make myself a little smaller. I'm also going to kind of move myself in close to where I want to be. So kind of just adjust it, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. You just kind of have to eyeball where things are going to be. So I think that's probably close to where I should be in the scene. Okay, I have to make sure that my scale looks right, so I'm about, I should be smaller than these guys here because I'm further away. I'm going to go ahead and accept this change, and now what I'm going to do is I need to change my mask because I have this desk that comes in here and I'm overlapping Steve Carell here, so I need to make sure that I fix my mask so that I'm only using the part that I need. I'm going to go back to my layer mask here. Now the hard part is I can't see exactly where I need to be, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the opacity of my layer. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it down. And you can see probably a little far, about 48–50%. And what that does is that allows me to see through the actual image. So I'm going to change back to my brush tool. I'm going to be on my layer, or on my layer mask, and I'm going to zoom in so that I can see now where I'm overlapping. So I'm overlapping this this character here, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to create a mask down her. And then I'm also overlapping the desk, so I'm going to go across on the desk. And then I've got Steve's shoulder here that I'm kind of overlapping. And so obviously I'm using a really big brush, which is really coarse. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of everything I don't need. And now this is where you can use that backslash tool, and it shows you where your mask is. All right, and I want to make sure that I'm getting rid of. Actually, I don't want to invert that. I want this to go away. So make sure that I'm getting rid of everything that I don't want. All right, so we'll get rid of that. I'm going to bring the opacity back up, and that's going to show me about where I'm at. And I can see that for the most part I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to make this brush a little smaller. I need to clean up this area here, so my hand is a little bit off. I'm going to do that very quickly. Clean that up. Then the other thing is that the inside of this here, where my hand's overhanging, I should be able to see through that, so I'm going to go ahead and fix my mask. And obviously this is where you're going to spend a lot of time working on the mask and blending things. You might want to soften the edge of your brush, and that'll help kind of blend in so you don't get these really harsh lines. So we zoom back out, and you can see that I'm kind of fit in, but my color is a little bit off compared to everybody else. So I need to adjust my skin tone so that it matches a little bit better with everybody else. As you can see, they're a little bit whiter. I have a bit of a red cast to me. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use an adjustment layer to adjust my picture here so that it looks a little bit more realistic. So we're going to come in here, and I'm going to choose an adjustment layer. I'm actually going to use the hue and saturation one because I have a little bit more control with that one. I could use a vibrance one, but I'm going to use the hue and saturation. Now the problem is that if I mess with this, it changes everything in the image, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to go back to 0 here. What I want is I only want to do my layer here. So I've got hue and saturation. What I'm going to do is bring my cursor over here to the layer, and I'm going to bring it to where it's just in between, and I'm going to hold down the Alt key, and I get this little arrow. As soon as I get that little arrow and I click on it, and what it does is it locks this adjustment layer to this specific layer, so it's not going to adjust anything in the back. So if I change this now, you'll see that I'm the only thing that changes. So we're going to go back to 0 here, and I'm going to change my saturation a bit. I'm going to desaturate myself some because I think that's part of what's going on. I'm a little bit bright compared to everybody else, and then I'm also going to try to change my hue just a little bit, and it might take a little bit of experimentation here. So I'm going to kind of go this direction some, and I might lighten it up a little there. And all of these are just eyeball changes. You have to make them, you have to adjust them to where you think they look about right. Okay, so that's pretty much where I want to be with this adjustment. This is the basic process for how you go through and create one of these Photoshop composition images. You'll bring your layers in. You're going to have individual layers over here. You're going to have adjustment layers for the individual layers to get the coloring correct. You might need to change some of the saturation, those types of things. You need to experiment with this. The key things for making these believable, having really good mask edges, so you need to zoom in, you need to do a really good job on your layer masks, going around the edges, cleaning things up. You need to have scale correct, so you need to make sure you're changing the different sizes of the images so that they match in scale, so that they work out correctly. Your first assignment should take you between 2 to 3 hours to come up with a good quality image, and then remember that's with 3 source images, so like this one wouldn't count because I only have 2. I need to have a third image in there. You do need to have yourself. If you have any questions, please let me know, and that's how you do a composition.